Hello everyone, welcome back to a new video of Advanced Wars by Web. This is a global league series match, and it is between it's by myself in the match, and of course with the one and only very famous StarFlash 250. Apparently there's multiple StarFlashes. I don't know. I think this is just a number of evolutions of StarFlash. This is like his ultimate form or something. If he starts going up in numbers, just be careful. He's just gonna get better and better. This match was a lot of fun, and it was a while back, like a month or two ago. StarFlash is a very fun player to play against, also a very scary player to play against. He's known for his very aggressive play, like a yeeting, that very like calculated yeeting style. A lot of sacking of units for the purpose of I don't know, having more unit count or more income or whatever it is. Really tries to push forward those advantages. Very unpredictable. You can't really. It's very hard to know what he is going to do. And there's like, I don't know, all of his units just seem more powerful because they're always there, threatening everywhere, all the time, everything. But it's still, although it's very scary to play against StarFlash, it's always a lot of fun because of that unpredictability. You never know what to expect. There's always something new and refreshing. Definitely makes the game very, very refreshing, very like interesting all the time. Even like playing in the same map with him is always like there's always a new take. He never does like the same opening all the time. There's always something new. So anyways, this map is called Spring in General. A very cool map. I only played it like once or twice. It's a mixed base, so you got two base, two base here, and then you got this one base, and which is also this one, and then you got this one base with an airport in this corner. And so the one that's the most vulnerable, I would say, is this base right here. It can get attacked by the two base, and it can also get attacked by the one base and airport through this pipe seam. And it's very awkward due to the terrain to like once you're forced into the space to like go back, it's very hard to hold it. You can get artillery locked from here, from this side. It's very tricky. Like these copters can come in from this side in 2 turns, and you have to have an anti-air. But if you make an anti-air and you don't have tanks, then like the tanks over here are gonna destroy your anti-air. Like it's really tricky. And this pipe seam can also be destroyed for like faster attacking into this base over here. I would say this base would be the next one to be under threat, but not really. I feel like this one base airport is way more easily defendable because you have more terrain over here, and there's these chokes right here. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like going two base like this and this one base going like this is a bit trickier. You can't really coordinate these forces as well as you could do with this one base and two base against this one base. So base rushing. What else? There's also the middle is also very important as always. You can connect your forces, so you can like connect. Your two base is gonna come out like this kind of thing, and then you can either force this way or force this way. But you can also go towards the middle and like join your forces with the other bases, and then like pour everything down into this base or something like that. There's a lot of variety. You can go for different approaches here for sure. It's also a lot of income, like 5k or something. That's like a high income. It is a 4 base, so it makes sense. But you can also see like neo tanks, bombers. I've seen people make battleships. I don't know. It seems like a lot, but anyways, besides the map, let's go to the COs. This is a tier 3 match. Tier 3 mixed base. Usually you see a lot of Lash. Kindle is always good. Sometimes Drake. I guess Drake could be kind of good. I went for Andy because air seems very important here, and I also really I was trying to push myself into use a lot of Andy in tier 3 because I think he's a very good CO and like requires a lot of skill to really exploit Andy's abilities. So I'm trying to practice that. It's very hard and very tricky. at the higher level. At the lower levels, it's a bit, or mid levels is a bit easier. But at the higher level, you get punished for every single little mistake. So, I don't know, just pushing myself into using Andy a lot. And Kindle, as always, is very strong. There's a lot of cities. You're always going to be fighting on the cities, so she will always be getting that firepower boost. It's also, for like base rushing, it's also really strong because you do the Urban Blight, brings down the unit at 7, so it's easier to take it out, and then take the base. I think that's it. Gotta make this video quick because I gotta be working in a little bit, so. Let's jump right into that match. Okay, so I am in the Amber Blaze orange little guys, and StarFlash is in the purple lightning little dudes with the little backpacks. And so we start going, of course, for the captures. We both go for this airport pretty quickly. And I decide to like rush this city instead of going back for the city, which I think is a mistake in hindsight. I was really, when playing against a higher rated player, sometimes you feel this urge to like do crazy things, because if you play very like straightforward, the other higher rated player is just gonna do it better than you, and so you're just gonna straight up lose. So I felt compelled to do wacky things, or like try to go for like risky gambles. Another big mistake of our play. But as Andy, I should have most definitely gone for this city, like go for the fast income first, and try to like drag the game long, This artillery is a mistake, but my idea was to, I thought I was gonna get this city. I was like, he's not gonna interrupt, and I could then like put this guy here and like bust through the pipe seam and then really force the issue over here. But it's StarFlash, of course he's gonna interrupt my capture from his one base, like the only infantry that he has. Of course he's gonna do that, and of course he's gonna make a tank, which is one turn away from the city. And here's when this artillery really is starting to show the mistake, and I'll talk about it in a second. He goes over here for the city, and after that he decides to go for the city, which is good. This city is super contested, probably one of the most contested of the map. Goes for the city, same. So I decide to, instead of join capping, I decide to take out the infantry, because one base has low unit count. I decide to take it out. But you can start to see, because I use these two infantries to capture and attack, plus I make an artillery, how few infantry I'm gonna start having over here in my 2 base side, which usually you should have like a lot. While StarFlash hasn't made a single vehicle, hasn't had a single engagement, has a lot of infantry. And this artillery is gonna sit here. It can't reach anywhere from this base in one turn to protect these infantry against this tank. So it's gonna try to take out this pipe, I guess, or maybe next turn sit around here. This should have been a tank. I had the money to make a tank, and it should have gone, tank, and then move here, and then, or over here maybe, sit on this comm tower, and then it could have protected these infantries from this tank if it decided to attack. So 2 turns. There's 1, 2, but the artillery needs 1, 2, 3 to attack. So that extra turn is gonna hurt. And in the very early stages of a game, your first few vehicles are very important and very decisive of how the game is going to play out. So I decided to make a mech, which is also 1 turn too late. Like, this tank is going to get a free hit. This mech could have been maybe 1 turn early. Instead of until you could have made a mech or a tank, I needed something to be there 1 turn earlier. These two are 2 turns away to make it offer something. So decides to go with the tank to this infantry, and decides to go to attack this infantry. Doesn't go for the city cap. Decides to go aggressive and take out my infantry. And realistically, I only have 3 infantry left on my 2 base side, which is really dangerous. Having low infantry count, especially during cap phase, I can't even. I still have so many cities to capture. So everything is playing really well into StarFlash's hand right now. Makes a tank over here very comfortably, like this tank is going unanswered. I really have to pull back over here. and very comfortably goes for this city capture. I don't think I tried to interrupt. Oh, okay, I do. I guess because there wasn't anything covering it. I'm not sure if this kills. Maybe it leaves it at 1. If it had the comp tower, it probably did get the kill. So I pull back, bring the artillery, and yeah, because I couldn't put it here because he could have struck with the tank. I think I bring the mech on the mountain. And so now everything is kind of covered. If he decides to attack my mech, I shoot it with artillery. But yeah, really tricky, like very like hang on to by strings my position over here. Couldn't get the city. A lot of early investment for no return, and I don't get these cities. So a big lesson for me over here. Usually it's best when you're not sure about what to do, just go for early money, make tanks. Like that's the easiest, straightforward approach you can get. Unless there's like a very calculated thing you have for an opening and artillery, then it can work. Then awesome. But in my case, also we were kind of live gaming this match, but I can't really. How do you say? You know, it was an honest mistake. I shouldn't have done artillery. I miscalculated. So opens a copter. We got our first copter of the match, which I also really wanted to do as Andy. I really wanted to have copters because anti-copters are really good. But I don't think I had the money to get a copter that early, so I'm gonna get it right after he does, I think. And I continue with my denying of this property, and I block the tank from attacking the full health infantry with this little infantry. Make a tank to cover this one, but nothing can attack it really. And I start kind of like, you know, this base is going to start accumulating infantry as well as this one, which eventually is going to start building pressure. It can pressure the 2 base to like do something over here, and I make my copter. And I base skip for the copter because I do copter tank. Goes for these 2 cities, which I will get, but I won't get this one just yet. Sits on this city, so I can't really attack it with my tank without losing a tank. Makes an anti-air over here in response to the copter. And I'm really determined to get this city. And yeah, I take out the infantry that had interrupted over here. And I start to like, I don't know, amass my infantry because I really want to steal this city. I want to put pressure. Sends another infantry to interrupt my capture. StarFlash really doesn't want to allow you to get that income. He will sack those infantry. He will force fights so that you don't have income. And he does have a very big income, 24k, because he has 1, 2, 3, 4. He has like these 4 cities that I don't have. He has them over here, plus some other city. Oh, this one. Going for my comm tower. Just this very like weak position of the artillery mech. Usually, you know, that's why artillery are better when you have more units, and this is like very tricky. When you don't have enough units to cover it, you can't really exploit the artillery and like really pressure. You have to be like putting the units like, you know, just so that they don't hit the artillery. And so here it's like covering the mech. Like this copter is also threatening, so I have to make an anti-air. Very, very risky. So I attack this tank. It's a nice little engagement because the tank can attack. The copter can, but I'm covering it with the anti-air. And I got my copter over here also to threaten. I don't want to allow him to get the middle and join forces and then just like destroy me somewhere. Now he decides to go for an artillery, maybe to take out this pipe seam, or just to pressure, maybe base rush. And starts to shift towards the middle. This tank even brings it over here. Decides not to engage over here, which is smart, too many units, but look at how many infantry there's already, like 5, 8 infantry. I decided to take out this tank and I decided to strike this tank here because there isn't any tanks to cover these. There's a copter, but I have 2 anti-airs. So this is like the big fight for the middle, but I'm kind of out of position. He kind of beat me to the getting the middle kind of thing. So, well, the tanks, these anti-airs can sit in the front kind of comfortably, and this one can sit over here. But there's so many infantry. I also decided to make the first chonker of the match, the medium tank. I learned from another match I had with StarFlash that he beat me, that with Andy, you want to take up early. You want to make those medium tanks as early as possible almost, so as to force some response, because these things won't die easily. They can take an artillery shot and a tank, you know, they just won't die, and it's a lot of charge, and like almost killing a medium tank but not killing it is like almost, you know, I don't know, 30% of your charge can definitely make you get the super, and then you get a full health medium tank crushing everything. So it really forces like a, I don't know, like a neo tank or a bomber, like something that can one shot it, or forces like an engagement, a 2-hit to kill the medium tank, which is, if you're a good Andy player, you might be able to not allow that, and so it forces the opponent into very tricky positions or decision making. I go for this capture over here because there's nothing really to interrupt it besides this infantry, which I attack. Also taking these engagements with Andy is like I'm comfortable with, as well as these, as long as they don't die, because then I can just heal them up with a super. That income lead is really stinging. Now the copter comes in and finishes it off with the end. Oh, almost. Since an infantry, yeah, finishes off the tank. And just like with all this like huge amount of infantry and just unit count, just lead in this region, is just able to completely separate my forces. Like he's been able to finally amass his armies, or like, you know, most of his armies, and I'm like split. I'm like, you know, I got this army over here on one side, and then this kind of army on this side. So they're kind of like you know, staring at each other from the distance. Takes some shots on my interior, and it completely like blocks off and takes over the middle. There's no way I can attack here, and like I can't coordinate my attacks. And he definitely can. He can be like, okay, I'm gonna attack here. I'm gonna attack here. Makes more tanks. Against my medium tanks, I still make more tanks, which is interesting. But I think he just, you know, another approach is just to ignore the medium tank. Instead of like, oh, I'm gonna kill it, no, just ignore the medium tank and kill everything else. So far, 3k income lead, unit count lead, also unit value lead, so I'm behind on all counts, which is very tricky. With Andy, you know, yeah, Andy has a better late game, whatever, has the super, like has a really strong super. Usually Andy's first super is when like the most momentum swing you can have. But you gotta be careful with Kindle, and her, you know, her first power is very, very strong. So there's a balancing act there that's very tricky. You definitely don't want to just die with Andy. You want to have as equal as possible, or, you know, better even have an advantage, and not just die before your super can do anything. It's like similar to Eagle, but way worse than you know, Eagle is just much, much better. Takes out my anti-air over here. I think it couldn't escape or something, because I had put it over here, so it couldn't really escape without getting hit by tanks. It was a very tricky position, but I didn't have much of an option. Comes in, completely kills all my units over here. This is my one base. I don't have a lot of units, I can produce a lot of units. I haven't even gotten this city yet, and he's not gonna allow me to get it. Gets the high roll, kills this other infantry. And now this is, you know, this is what I was saying, the medium tank. Just ignore the medium tank. Oh yeah, it's gonna shoot at something. But he just killed like 5 units and gets the urban blight, which doesn't get like, I think doesn't get it like is not gonna get the firepower boost, but it does cancel this cap and this one. So that's quite a bit of an income that he's gonna deny from me. plus some damage, so I won't be able to get repaired. Like denying a property flip, like this one it's pretty big for Urban Blight, and stopping like multiple caps is also very strong. Usually you want to use it to like one hit KO units. That's like the best use of Urban Blight, but it has multiple uses. That and stopping caps, or like taking over a city because you damage it and then you can kill it and then take it over, or just also forcing repairs and then like draining your funds so that they can't build certain units. Like over here, there's a medium tank now. It's not in response to this medium tank, it's just like in response to all of this, so as to not die to not lose the base. My god, my throat gets all dry from so much talking. And so it's gonna be really tricky to take over this one, this base. I think actually, if it were a tank, I could have taken over the base with a super, like 7 copter boom boom, something like that. And I'm in a problem right here. Like I'm a little bit away from the super, and I decide to strike at the medium tank. I strike this tank. Yeah, I'm definitely going for that super. I strike at this tank, taking all these engagements to get some charge. I had calculated. I had calculated this. I was sure that I was gonna get the super. I strike this horrible. Get that kill over there. I strike this tank, and I have the super. And it's like this position looks really bad because like all of these are gonna harass the space. Probably gonna lose it if I don't do something. There's all these damaged units. And just like the disadvantage is real. Like look at the unit count, look at the unit value, the income. Like I really need to make something happen. So I take all of these first strike engagements before the super so I can heal up, and everything heals up, which is nice. And I also get to get these captures, which he had denied with his Urban Blight. I'm like, yes. Bring the artillery forward, point at that base, capture here, get the extra boost movement to sit it over here. It was important because now there's no way that he could hit my artillery. Like this copter's here, this anti-air can't reach because nothing can kill this tank. Like he can't kill this infantry with this one because like he would need a power, you know, but he doesn't have, he just uses power, so he's not getting any charge, so he's not gonna be able to get the power. So this is like a little puzzle. He can't really break in here, and then I can get to shoot at here, and you know, maybe take over the base. I get to shoot at this one. It's fine. And just move more units, get more engagements, kill some more infantry. I was like, yeah, good turn. Getting that super, like squeezing those engagements to get the charge, and getting the super and blocking over there at the base, so the medium tank can't hit anything. It has to base block itself to kill that infantry, and like the copter can't. That is like, this is a little puzzle. I'm pretty sure it can't be broken because this one it will leave it at like 2 or 3 or something like that. I was like, oh, I'm gonna take his base. Like I'm losing in, I don't know, everywhere else, but at least I'm gonna take his base or like something. And now, like look, he's not getting the power. He flips this city, gets this city, and moves some. But what does StarFlash do right now? Start getting some units, stops this cap. He sends a copter and suicides into my anti-air. Sends another copter into my anti-air. Like I had to make this anti-air because there were 3 copters here, and like I didn't want to lose my medium tank. But I had no idea that this guy was capable of this, and doesn't have the charge yet. What can he do to get the power? He sends another copter, and Boom, another one, and he gets the power. And with the power now, after sacking 3 copters. 3 copters. I mean, it kind of like locked also here, which is tricky, like getting these captures. Sacks also, because this wouldn't kill also because of the extra defense, I think. Sacks this infantry, we said at 9, which allows now to get the infantry kill. Now the anti can reach the copter, kills it, and then the tanks comes in and hits on it. Oh, StarFlash! Oh my god, this was so frustrating. So completely destroyed my little perfect like base blocking thing. It just starts attacking at stuff everywhere. It's gonna get these 3 properties. I don't think there's any way I can stop these. Already has a 4K income lead. It's gonna be, I don't know, much more. A lot. Kill the copter, you know, base blocking. Kill the helicopter. Take out this tank. And shoot there, sit on the base, but you know, it's gonna be taken out. Try to block as much stuff as possible, take out that. I can't fight here anymore as well. There's too many units, too many tanks. I only have 1 to fight against two tanks and a half and artillery. I do have more infantry, but it's still not enough, and it's like very open. I'm just like at a lack of units and income. Like he's just able to pump out more. Like he's just able to pump out an extra tank every turn, kind of. Gets the city, gets that one, gets that one. 20 to 30 income. So that kills another unit. Goes for this city. It's completely ruthless. Completely ruthless. Just like boom, 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 all the time. Attacking, stopping caps, going for your caps. Sacking units to get power to squeeze those little insane little tactics to break through the what it seemed like a perfect wall. Doesn't even care that I'm gonna repair. They just attack. It has more tanks, and they have nothing to back this tank up. And it's like blocked also from like retreating. It's gonna go to the middle and then die. At this point, it's like I should resign. I should definitely resign. But you know me, I don't resign easily. I try to keep going, especially when I have like the more stallier CO, the like late game CO. Keep making mechs. We're also like, this is definitely live gaming. We were like doing our turns, boom, 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 one after the other one. So we were having a lot of fun. Although I knew it was kind of lost. Takes out the mech, takes out its infantry, go for the city, takes out more stuff. I don't think there's any more I can do. Takes out the anti-air. Can't take out the base. This medium tank finally to answer that this medium tank, but oh yeah, I strike it, and then I strike at this one as well. I get the hyper upgrade once again. For what? I don't know. I can't even take out the medium tank. Try to base lock again. I'm pretty sure that I can't do much. Yeah, I'm just gonna zoom through because I don't think I can do it. Take us out the copter, takes out the medium tank finally, kills all of my units, makes another medium tank. With this income, it's just like, it doesn't even matter at this point. You just make medium tanks every single turn, and I just can't answer it. I just try to stop caps because I don't want to lose by cap limit. But yeah, he still gets it. And attacks at the medium tank over here. Can I come back from this? Can a hyper upgrade bring me back? Destroys the artillery also. Attacks at this one. 15 units, 32 K unit value against 100K, like half the units and a third of the unit value. I use hyper repair, and I attack I'm like, no. And I make a miss on every side. GG, well played, StarFlash 250. I had a lot of fun playing this match, although I lost. I also wanted to cover it because there was a lot of things that I learned from it. To start, when you're playing high level players, especially top players like StarFlash, it's like every mistake you make is huge. Like maybe at the mid levels and lower levels, it's just like mistakes all over the place. And it's kind of like whoever punishes the other one's mistakes more kind of wins. But when you're against someone like StarFlash, or I don't know, Toy Druid or Rhymer or Voice of Akasha, like all these very top players, it's like you make one mistake and they'll punish it hard. And then you can't really expect them to make a mistake for you to like, you know, for it to compensate and come back, because they won't. They will make some little mistakes here or there, but it's not going to be like a very big mistake. And sometimes it's hard to catch on to those mistakes to like punish it. My early build, that artillery, big, huge mistake. This should have been a tank. Like I had the money. Look, I had the money. A 10, gonna be tank. 7. Plus 1, 2, 3, 10. I had perfect income to make a tank. I have no idea what I had in my mind to make artillery. Big mistake. Could have been a tank. Could have moved here to the comm tower and then protected the whole area. But also, I shouldn't have gone for that. I should have gone for income first, and then the second one could have gone over there to like contest the city. And maybe then like the artillery timing would have worked. Like this one could have gone here. You know, like this. Like this one could have gone here. Then move this one. Yeah, maybe not, because I move this one here and then I move the artillery to capture and I can't cover it. So yeah, no, that just should have been a tank. Like this one should have been here. This one is okay to then go here, but with a tank, so that when it starts capturing, it moves like this. Because also he can't reach to the city. Like, it's not like if I'm not capturing this right here, that he can reach it. He can't. He's just gonna stand here and hit it. So you can like come here to threaten, or here, but then I start capturing and I bring a tank, and then he gets to stop my cap, but I get to hit it with a tank, and then he gets his tank, but I just keep, you know, I keep the ball rolling of like tank, 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 and it's just gonna be favorable for me because this is my 2 base side versus his 1 base side. So small little things from early on add up a lot, and you know, someone like StarFlash is able to see that and punish it. Another player could have made a tank here, and it's like, oh yeah, and then this artillery could have actually done something. But no, he made a tank because, you know, you can get the strikes without getting punished, etc, etc. And this all kind of builds up into not having the cities, you know, early, like he does on his side. So he gets more income, more vehicles, more pressure. He's also, because they took too long here, I was able to get all these cities, and then he is able to get this area first, as well as this one. But he gets to get this area, which should have been mine. Like, this is my 2 base side. I should have been getting this area right here, disallowing him to connect this. Like, I should have been connecting these 2 bases with this one like this, and then I can like go towards there or go towards there. Like, these cities should have been mine. Like, he has them right here. But I invested way too much for no gains over there. And then this is usually what you want to do in a mixed base. He did really well in connecting and not allowing me to do the same. He is someone that also like just completely goes for all these city stops, delays, you know, interrupts all the time. He will use Urban Blight to stop you from getting captures. I think this turn was a really good turn from me. Like, that's the one thing that I can maybe, how do you say, in Spanish we say, or here we say like rescatar from my play, like to save from my play kind of thing. I had a very good turn here with getting the charge and getting the super and then blocking. And this could have been like an awesome comeback if it would have been any other player. But no, StarFlash saw it. He was like, he just completely sacked 3 copters. He went 1, 2. It looks like he doubted for a bit if to do it or not, but he was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Got the copters, and then got this little infantry here. Like, he got all just the right things and the right amounts to like completely destroy this block right here, which was looking really strong, because if he couldn't break through this, then it would have been like a race, like a base race. Like, he would have to use all these units to like try to rush this base of mine while I was trying to rush his base. It would have become this, this kind of race to take out the other one's base. But he was able to see that. He's really good with these like tactics engagements kind of thing that you can't really see sometimes. Yeah, lessons: be careful with early builds. You'll get punished against high level players. Don't resign too quickly. Like, that was a really good super from me against other players. It could have like brought it to even, maybe not a comeback, but like even, which is good for Andy. But also, like StarFlash in this turn, like try to think of these puzzles. Try to think of these crazy ideas. Just like, what if I sack 3 copters to get the whole charge of the power, and that then will that break this thing? Insane, like literally insane. When I did not think that was possible here until he was doing it. I was like, oh. Oh well. I hope you liked this match, this video, and I gotta get to work right now. In 5 minutes I have a meeting, so I will see you in the next video.